We have unearthed thousands of artifacts from the Indus Valley civilization. They reveal a vast, highly organized urban network stretching across Bronze Age South Asia, yet the society has remained silent for 4,000 years. Early Indologists viewed these symbols, assuming they were looking at a lost language. They treated the discovery like Egyptian hieroglyphs, waiting for a Rosetta Stone to translate the sounds of the words. The physical evidence presents a constrained dataset. The entire surviving corpus is built from a set between 400 and 700 distinct signs. These signs appear logosyllabic, and the strokes show that the creators wrote an Abustrophaton pattern, flowing from right to left. For over a century, researchers focused on finding phonetic values for these symbols. This singular pursuit of a spoken language blinded us to what the markings were actually doing. This histogram plots the lengths of every surviving Indus text. It shows a physical limit. The average sequence is only 5 signs long. Other Bronze Age cultures left behind expansive papyrus scrolls and monumental proclamations. In the Indus Valley, we only find short bursts of data stamped into hard, durable materials. In 2004, Steve Farmer, Richard Sproat, and Michael Witzel proposed these were non-linguistic emblems, not writing. Their argument relied on a quantifiable anomaly. In spoken languages, specific signs repeat in predictable patterns, but the Indus symbols show no such repetition. If the symbols are non-linguistic, it changes how we understand the society. We have to look for a different mechanism that managed the trade and governance of this urban network without traditional literacy. When the lines converge, the labels Old Tamil and Indus are highlighted. This line graph shows the conditional entropy of several systems. The trajectories for Old Tamil and the Indus script align almost perfectly. This structural syntax temporarily reinforced the belief that the symbols encoded an early form of the Dravidian language. But rigid syntax does not prove a language is spoken. Computer programming code also possesses syntax, following strict rules of order to convey specific non-phonetic instructions. In 2026, the Krieger AI research program moved away from phonetic values. They used the Claude Opus 4.6 model to analyze the script through positional entropy alone. By focusing on where a sign was placed within a sequence, the system identified a pattern of structured information rather than a pattern of speech. The steatite seal is a mechanical device. It is a tool for authentication, designed to produce a specific physical result. When the seal presses into wet clay, it divides the process. The bearer keeps the stone instrument, while the counterparty retains the clay record. This created a system of verification. One party held the proof of identity, and the other held the record of the transaction. The 2026 analysis of unicorn seals from Mohenjo-Daro revealed a critical data point. The sign sequences have a 98.3% uniqueness rate. This level of uniqueness means the sequences are not sentences or common words. Instead, they are unique identifiers. The sequences acted as account numbers or institutional IDs. These seals provided a method for verifying identity and authorizing transactions across a vast trade network without the use of physical currency. The animal motif acts as an issuer logo, identifying the merchant guild that backed the credit. Within the sequences, AI identified the Penelope position for stroke-like numerical notations. These numbers modified the code, indicating tier levels within the guild. This frequency chart shows a massive bias. The numeral 2 accounts for 66.9% of all numbers recorded. If the Harappans were simply counting bags of grain or weights of copper, we would see a natural distribution of different numbers. This statistical cluster suggests a tiered membership system. The number 2 indicates a specific authorization level or membership status. These seals carried the information of a modern corporate card, encoding the bearer's ID, the backing institution, and their tier of access. We can test this model against the Pashupati seal, the most anomalous artifact of the civilization. Historical debates centered on whether the figure depicted the god Shiva or a buffalo demon like Mahishasura. If we move past the religious iconography and look at the tiger, bull, elephant, and rhinoceros surrounding the figure, a different pattern emerges. In this registration system, one animal represents one issuer. 4 animals represent 4 issuers. Seal 420 documents a corporate merger, a physical record of 4 distinct guild authorities consolidating their credit networks. The central figure represents the unified administrative authority that oversaw this alliance. Religious symbols provided a common visual language to document and validate these complex economic agreements. By 1700 BCE, an environmental crisis dismantled the infrastructure of the Indus Valley. The Yamuna and Sutlej rivers shifted their courses, moving away from the Saraswati river system. This massive topological shift completely destroyed agriculture and severed the long-distance trade routes connecting the region to Mesopotamia. Without long-distance trade, the identity registry lost its function. The cities rapidly emptied as the population moved. Between 1200 BCE and 300 CE, the population migrated south into Peninsula India. While the brick cities were abandoned, the structural logic of the civilization was carried by survivors. In the southern regions of the peninsula, this massive wave of migration established the megalithic Iron Age culture. The hierarchies of the Indus registry were no longer stamped in clay, they were built into the earth with stone. The highly elaborate megalithic burial sites, like the massive deep pits and stone cists found in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, served as permanent records of individual and group status. Each individual burial was a physical statement of the social rank that had once been verified by the clay seals. These stone circles used exact spatial positioning to align with astronomical events. These alignments allowed the society to track time and coordinate social order without a written registry. These structures eventually evolved into the hero stones worshipped during the Sangam period. The Indus script was a system for managing identity and trust that outlived the cities. Its underlying code of structured positional information became the permanent, physical foundation of the entirety of the South Asian landscape.